Friday when the lockdown started, you were in Alexandra. There was flagrant disregard for the lockdown. Travelling there today on day 5, have you noticed a difference, more compliance?
When I was there today, I wasn't particularly at the side where people do their shopping. I was more in the residential side of Alexandra Township, and people seem to be going about their usual daily activities, walking around in the street. But a good point to note, what people have raised, is that they use communal taps. Their toilets are outside that they share with other community members, so it's very hard for them to stay indoors. And many of them expressing that they live in shacks or in their homes with up to 7 people inside their home, so it's very hard for them to maintain that. Also with children, how do you tell a child not to play in the streets in such a time? I remember when the SANDF was deployed there last week Friday, they also had difficulty in trying to urge people to be inside their homes during the lockdown.
It's so true, such an important point, and that is why there is such extreme concern about the virus let loose in an area where people have to live so closely together. Zikona, tell us about this man. Now, we understand that he is from Alex. He was aware that he had the virus, but he left. People who were close to him are now being tested, and you've managed to get some more information about exactly what happened in Alex around this person.
So he comes from an area called Stretla in Alexandra Township, which is very congested. People are literally on top of each other in that community. And the man, people don't know when he tested positive, but it seems as though he continued with life as usual. They went out for drinking. He would share cigarettes with some of them. They share communal toilets as well as a tap. So those kinds of activities have put people in that area at a very high risk of contracting the virus from him. So what's happening now is that the Gauteng provincial government is conducting tests of the people that live around that area. One of the neighbors that we spoke to expressed that she is asthmatic, so she's certainly very concerned about how, if should she be tested positive for the virus, how that is going to impact her health. People are scared, they are frightened. The man stayed there and only left for Limpopo just after the start of, before the lockdown starts, so before last week Friday, he traveled to Limpopo and he was tracked down there. Now the danger in this is that he also used public transport. So now the Gauteng Department of Health is also trying to track down the people who may have been in the same taxi as him. They've told us that they are using technology, telecommunication to try and figure out which path he followed and who may have been around him at the time. But it is a concern. The self-isolation is a concern, and the Premier did say that should anyone in that community test positive for COVID-19, they will have to be quarantined elsewhere and not there, because that area is not conducive to self-isolation. We went into the house where the shelter in which the man was staying. It's very tiny, and you can understand why he found it difficult to self-isolate. The room itself doesn't have any windows. There's no way that he could have been comfortable in that environment. But of course, people saying that he should have practiced more caution given how quickly this virus has spread.
Absolutely. Zikona, thank you so much. Zikona was in Alexandra today.